My name is Verena Gradinger. I'm a doctoral researcher at Global Climate Forum, and I work on the hierarchy of money and the role of the state in an international monetary system. So most people will usually assume that money is something that exists in a fixed amount and is created by the state in the form of the central bank. In contrast to that, we view money as something that exists within a web of interlocking balance sheets, which is made up of the state, but also private actors. Within this web of interlocking balance sheets, there exist different debt instruments, which are always simultaneously someone's asset and someone else's liability. And this means that money gets created by different actors across the economy, not just the state, but also private actors, most importantly banks. For something to be money, it needs to be accepted on someone's balance sheet as an asset who was not part of the initial debt relationship. So let's say you want to buy a house. You go to a bank and you request a loan. The bank will create the loan, but it will also simultaneously create the deposits on your bank account. For the bank, this means that the loan is an asset, whereas the deposit is their liability. For you, on the other hand, you have to pay back the loan, so it's your liability, and the deposit is your asset. You can then use this money on your deposit account to pay for your expenses, the house, the furniture. When you pay back the loan, the balance sheets contract and the loan and the deposit disappear. But it's important to understand that while the bank can create money out of nothing, it does so in relation to the broader banking system. So let's say you pay for your furniture. The furniture store is most probably going to have their account at a different bank than yours. Banks, at the end of the day, need to settle their transactions between themselves. And what is important is that they do so with a different type of money, central bank money, than the money that is on your account. So banks always need to calculate how much central bank reserves they need to have in order to be able to settle their transactions. This is why the system is hierarchical. On top you have the central bank, then you have the commercial banks, non-bank financial institutions. Each of these institutions uses different types of liabilities as money. Central bank money, deposits, and the liabilities of non-bank financial institutions, which we call shadow money. This hierarchical system allows for some flexibility, for example, for productive investments to be made or for you to finance your house. It's a dynamic system in which balance sheets expand and contract all the time.